description for that. This is Iron Gwazi. It was originally just known as Gwazi from 1999 to 2015 when it shut down. It's a steel hybrid coaster built by Rocky Mountain Construction. This is the newest roller coaster they have, and actually won Best New Roller Coaster in the category for the Golden Ticket Awards. It was originally supposed to open in 2020, but for obvious reasons, ended up opening in 2022. It has a max height of 206 feet and a drop of 206 feet. There are 2 inversions, and it reaches a top speed of 76 miles per hour. The original Gwazi was actually built in this exact position because this is where the Anheuser-Busch brewery used to be until this point. About 25% from the original wood coaster is still used today, and 75% of the original foundation. The original height only went up to 105 feet, and it was only 51 miles per hour. Along with being named Best New Roller Coaster, it's also been 4th and 5th place over the last couple of years for a top steel roller coaster. In 2022, during a preview, a guest actually hit his hand on the ride, but declined medical treatment and seemed fine, and the incident led them to remove 2 of the beams. There is a test seat currently being used. The seat has 2 mechanisms, and I used to think that was a bad thing, but I did go on Steel Eel at SeaWorld San Antonio and found out that that actually was the only roller coaster I could fit on. So maybe that makes it more secure and not have to be as much, but so it has that, and then this has to come down really far. That's, looks like there's almost nothing there. All right, let's see how this goes. First, we have this thing. That's a pain in the butt. Well, it's a pain somewhere else. And then we have the belt. Gwazi is going to determine that it's going to fail the fat test in every which way possible. The Gwazi gliders, but you actually have to be under 56 inches tall to ride this ride. So I cannot test this one because it's a kid's ride. Infants 56 inches or less. Extra games over here. I am 365 pounds. I'm 5 foot 8 inches tall, and I currently have a 52-inch waist. And so hopefully that gives you an idea of what I fit on. Everybody's body is different, so this is not a universal thing. So just to give you a guide for what can work for you, and hopefully it gives you some comfort on making sure you don't have to make that walk of shame if that's something you're worried about, or waste your money coming if there's some ride you really want to ride and can't fit on. So this ride does take a little while for it to get started, and it's really cute actually because they have the black bar that's on the ride. It's, you pull it in or out to go up or down instead of just a little nod. Instead of just a little handle, you actually use the bar because it's a hang glider, which is a cool effect. So it's a Dumbo style ride, but no parents allowed. Cool, these guys are just out. Macaw, so beautiful. Caribbean flamingos out. I don't know what those other birds are, but this is mainly for the Caribbean flamingos. Appreciate the honoring of our military here at Busch Gardens. The turtles. Made it to the Sesame Street Safari of Fun at Busch Gardens. Oh, look at this. This is cute. This is also where, if you're coming here during Christmas, the only Christmas show that you have during the day, which is currently Elmo's Christmas Wish. The times this plays daily at the Sunny Day Theater. It's $9 for an Uncrustable. Here, there's a bunch of little kids things. They are all, you have to either be under a certain height, under 56 inches, or you have to have a kid that you're riding with. Here's the video, here's the car they're in. All the little vehicles. Everybody can do the treehouse trek. Climbed up here. Let's see how this is. Oh boy. Chickened out. I changed my mind. You guys can make fun of me. And all the critter count. Can you count all the animals? There's Jimbei Flyaway and a little swing ride. It's Jungle Jam. Actually, you can walk through this one. Yeah, near the ground. This is where I like to be. Oh, look. For Cookie Monster's Canopy Crawl, you can actually come out. Okay. For those of you, and adults must accompany by a child. So if you're an adult, you do have to have a child with you. Cute safari. It's Elmo's Safari Go Round. That's really cute. Again, you do have to be under 56 inches to ride this. Or if you're under 36, you can have an adult with you. Patra and the Hippo of the Nile. Little bitty kids water ride kind of thing. Snuffy's Elephant Romp. Is getting to you. There's Bert and Ernie's watering hole back here. Nice little splash pad area. Ton of shaded seating if you want to sit down and have a break or a meal. Test Air Grover here at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. But first, let's see what it looks like because I can't film on the ride. Air Grover is a short, steel-framed kids coaster. The vehicle is very similar to Grover's Boxcar Derby at SeaWorld San Antonio or SeaWorld Orlando. It's an off-the-shelf model by Zero, and it's the same one as Busch Gardens Williamsburg, known as Grover's Alpine Express. You have to be 38 inches tall to ride it, and this one opened in March 27th of 2010. It only goes up to a height of about 25 feet and a top speed of 22 miles per hour. It's only 628 feet long, so it goes very quickly. Grover was my second favorite Muppet as a kid, so I always enjoy seeing this coaster. Big Bird was number one before Elmo took over everything. But now let's see, will it pass the fat test? Camel friend on the back. Good thing about rides like this, no line. Whee! Oh, I might be able to just do it with the bag. All right. I sat down. It's not very comfortable down there, but... Oh, it's not ready to be locked yet. It's down as far as it needs to, and it's good to go. Grover passes the fat test, but if you are a plus-size parent, just note that it might be a little bit difficult to have your child beside you. You might have to ride in a different vehicle than them, but it's not a lot of space beside me. But I did fit, and it wasn't too uncomfortable. Cute little Sesame Street stuff here. I like these over here. Are these puppets? I think these are puppets. They are. Look at that. That's cute. My favorite things to do at Busch Gardens, well, the one other time I came, this is Lory's Landing. We're going to go buy some bird feed and then be attacked by birds. It's kind of scary. If you're coming to Lory Landing, they do close at 5 per cup. I feel like the nectar has gone up in price, but I do get a discount with my pass. $7 for this little cup of nectar, and this is really fun actually. Before we enter the Lory cage, there are these other birds out here you can check out. Oh, they got a red-fronted macaw. He's so cute. It is a little jarring the moment you walk in because they are going to be there, like ready to jump on you. They must have been a lot hungrier last time I was here. See, you scared me there. There you go. Yeah. Don't go after my nails this time. They went after my nails last time. Yeah. This is so cool. Nope. This is so much fun. They landed on my head last night. Hi, the birds. You're so pretty. Yeah. You've drank almost all of it. You. You like some? Not much left. Yeah. Big guy is a hyacinth macaw. What it looks like inside for a top view. Test SheiKra. Before we get to the fat test, let's talk about the ride. SheiKra opened back in 2005. And shortly after that, in 2007, it was converted into a floorless roller coaster. This is the sister roller coaster to Griffon at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. But that one did not open until 2007, and this was the first one dive coaster ever to be opened in North America. It also happens to include an Immelman loop and a splashdown, both the first of its kind. The height of the roller coaster is 200 feet. It goes up to 70 miles per hour and has a track length of 3,188 feet. It has a vertical angle of 90 degrees and lasts about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. The height restriction is 54 inches. It was originally only supposed to be 160 feet tall, but the executives rejected that, so we ended up making it 200 feet tall, which made it the tallest dive coaster in the world when it opened in 2005. It also happened to be the fastest, but its sister roller coaster did beat it out by going up to 205 feet high and 71 miles per hour. 5 feet higher and 1 mile faster. For awards, it won the Golden Ticket for Best New Ride, ranked at 4th place, which was a 3-way tie in 2005. And it also was named the number 28 top steel roller coaster that year and has fluctuated between that and 13 in 2006 and so on until it ended up at number 42 in 2015. Visually speaking, this is the one ride, this part right here, that terrifies me. Just looking up at it, it is horrifying to watch. Pausing on the edge and then going into this Immelman, which is a half twist, half loop spin, and then also going into an underground tunnel. It is just one of the scariest looking from the ground up roller coasters. Here we go underground, and then we're going to go up and around, and then there's scoops on the back vehicle, and that causes this. You'll see it in a second, where it causes the splashdown, where it sprays the crowd. I don't think you actually get wet, but they're on the ride, but over if you're standing beside it, you can get absolutely soaked. But now that we've gone through the ride, let's see if it passes the fat test. Currently down, but they're going to let me try the test seat. And it does have the 2 here. That means this would be the plus size seat. There we go. I thought I filmed myself in this, but unfortunately I just did not fit properly in the seat at all. It's just too narrow. Just too wide for it. But it is, the shoulder harness comes down and buckles right here. Its fat test of water ride is the Stanley Falls Flume ride. Let's take a look at the ride. Here it is, guys. It is a big step down. All right, here we go. Stanley Falls Flume is a log flume ride built by Aerodynamics in 1973. Yes, that's right. This ride is 50 years old. So this is actually a little tough to get in and out of because of the depth of it. But without that, this is actually plenty wide enough. I got tons of room in here. It's not a problem at all. Tiny drop. Whee! Little splash. Here we go. So Sand Serpent's over there. Apparently it's down now. They are changing it out for a new ride. Oh boy. Ah! Whoa, whoa. Rocky, rocky. Oh, there we go. I should catch some speed on this. Oh. There's 2 water rides here beyond this one. Well, I mean, sorry, there's one other water ride. I don't know if it's going to be open or not, and I don't remember what it is. But if you don't know, my philosophy is that fat guys typically fit on water rides. They want to cool us off. But yeah, so it tend to do a lot better on water rides. Actually, I've never tried a water ride I've not fit on. All right, here we go. Up.
Sit upright, hold on tight, and brace for a sudden slowdown at the bottom of the hill. Thank you.
This is going to be a 42-foot drop. Me and Lumpy are ready to go. See how wet we get. Oh, that's fun. That was actually okay. That was a good. That was not too wet, but not like too light. That was a good wet. Wet. That was fun. I have a little trouble getting out. Thank you. Now stand up. Bit of a challenge to stand up in, but because it's like perfectly fit. It's like form fitting, you know. Not in a tight way, but it was a lot of fun. On to the next one. Test Tigris here at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. Tigris is a steel-launched roller coaster that opened in April of 2019. It was Busch Gardens' 9th roller coaster. Today it stands where Tanganyika Tidal Wave used to be, which was a shoot the chutes ride similar to Journey to Atlantis. Tigris has 3 different launches, reaches a height of 150 feet or a drop of 135 feet, but the track is only 863 feet in length. It reaches speeds up to 62 miles per hour, has 1 inversion, which you may go through multiple times, and has a height restriction of 54 inches. A similar ride exists known as Tempesto in Busch Gardens Williamsburg and Electric Eel in SeaWorld San Diego. But will it pass the fat test? Here is the contraption that is the test seat. This looks like a torture device. Alrighty. Lift these all the way up. It's actually... You know what? We're not that far off. But I don't think we're going to make it today. But that's not bad. One of the better ones. So if you're a little bit smaller than me, you probably have a better chance to do it. For me, Tigris fails the fat test. Place can get pretty confusing trying to walk around. I've gotten turned around and had to take a lot more steps twice now. I would highly recommend getting the map and use the app for knowing where you're going. Speaking of a lot of walking, after a long day at a theme park, there's nothing like going home to your own bed and getting a good night's sleep. So let me talk to you real quick about the sponsor for this video. You know, this is the first video I've ever had sponsored, and I've been trying to figure out how to make this ad entertaining and flashy and make sure you're paying attention to it. But all I keep coming back to is just a sense of gratitude. Because I want to tell you a quick story. A few of you know that about 3 months ago, I moved to Orlando. And in the midst of that, I lost everything. Everything that I owned was taken by a scam moving company. And I slept on the floor for a month. And I started reaching out to companies, started reaching out to people to try to find deals, to try to make it through, to see what I could do. And one of the companies that I was able to get was Big Fig Mattress. And they not only came through for me, they came through massively. And let me tell you, as a big guy, after sleeping on the floor for a month, this mattress changed my life. Now I know people say, oh, like I'm telling you, if you're a big guy that slept on the floor for a month, you understand, like, you start going a little bit crazy sometimes. So Big Fig mattress literally changed my life, and it's been the best night's sleep of my life. That's not an exaggeration. Like, I've always slept on, like, where you end up getting the pivot. Does anybody have the hole? Like, he's like, oh, that's perfect. My dad always had that growing up. He's like, like, it fit him perfectly because you had to roll out of it because it had the hole. But I'm telling you, the Big Fig mattress is built to last. It's got a 20-year warranty. It's got a 120-day return policy. And I've had hundreds of people in my Facebook when I started telling them about this, that I was just hinting at getting it, that were following my journey through losing everything. And they started saying, I love my Big Fig. I love my Big Fig. I love my Big Fig. And then like three of them did say that they returned it. But overwhelmingly, it's made for folks like us, made for people that need sleep. Now, some of you are not ready to get a mattress, and I completely understand that. The link, my affiliate link, is below if you want to check out the mattress. But I've also put together a fat-tested pillow guide because I wanted to help people that I spent 3 days researching how to get better sleep as a plus-size person specifically. So I put together an entire pillow guide. You can go to the link below to get that and find out what kind of pillow you should be using based on how you sleep and other factors, what kind of stuffing, what kind of filling for the pillow, and other tips for sleeping better as a plus-size person. So check those links out below. And again, Big Fig, I'll do some flashy sponsorship stuff later, but I just wanted to say thank you. This is the orangutan outpost. I don't see any here right now, but sometimes you can see them climbing around. One of them. Wow. Oh, there's another one up there. The tiger. Trails is closed. It's just like a play area for the kids. There's also a little ride over here. It's kind of like a small children's drop ride. I did try it. I mean, adults can ride it. It did not fit last time I was here, just to give you a heads up. Test Congo River Rapids here at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. Some scenes from the queue. My socks off because I usually wear them with the Crocs, and now I'm good to go. I've gone up and over. It would have even been less of a line, as in none at all. I've only got a couple boats ahead of me here. Okay, great. All right, they actually have extension belts. Thank you. So I did grab the extension belt, and it fit. That's how much space is left after the extension belt, so I'll give you an idea. If you're wondering, I wrap my bag around my leg. Opening back in 1982, Congo River Rapids is the second water ride here at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. For a rapids ride, it's fairly relaxing, and these rides are always great if you have a decent-sized group. I only got a little bit damp on one side on this one, but I have gotten soaked before. You have to be 42 inches tall to ride it. Just remember, if you happen to be visiting in the winter, it's probably closed like most water rides for the wintertime due to weather or refurbishments. If you're unsure if you will need an extension belt, I would just go ahead and ask anyway as you're about to get onto the boat. That way it gives you an idea and they just have it ready in case, and there's not a delay. If you don't end up needing, you don't end up needing it, but that way they're at least ready for it. My time is coming. That's cool. Oh no, waterfall. Oh, now I'm cold. Oh, it's not a waterfall. Well, there is one over there. Am I gonna? Oh, oh! Oh, God. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Oh, I spoke too soon. That was short. See which side got wet. Oh no. Oh no. What are you supposed to do? Just push the boat. Push the boat. Okay, good. Back up and out. Return the extension belt. Stairs coming up are kind of steep. And downstairs, just so you know. An expedition down the Congo. On to the next ride. Fat Test Kumba here at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. But first, let's take a look at the ride. Saturday afternoon and there's no wait time. So I want to go over the ride real quick, but let me tell you, before we get to that, I got some things to say after this is over. This is the first time I've been mad at a park in a while, so make sure to stay tuned for the rest of this video because we're going to have a chat. Kumba opened up back in 1993 as the premier roller coaster for the park. At the time it opened, it was the world's tallest vertical loop. It was Florida's tallest and longest roller coaster, and it was the fastest roller coaster in Florida as well. It slowly lost all of those titles. In 1995, it lost the tallest vertical loop to Dragon Con at Port Ventura Park. In 1996, it lost Florida's tallest and longest roller coaster to Montu, which is in Busch Gardens over in Egypt. And in 1999, it lost the fastest title to Islands of Adventure's Incredible Hulk roller coaster. The entire ride is just under 3 minutes long. It has a max height of 143 feet, a max drop of 135 feet. The length is 3,978 feet, and a top speed of 60 miles per hour. The height restrictions are 54 inches. The major feature of this roller coaster is that it has 7 inversions, including one being that really high loop, another one being the dive loop, then a zero-G loop and a Cobra roll, and then 2 interlocking corkscrews, which makes this a very appealing visual ride to watch. But over time, it's also become extremely jerky and rocky. A lot of people I talked to about this ride said they were nauseous. And I did hear some people saying that they thought this ride would ultimately be shut down for a new roller coaster coming soon. But the real question is, does it pass the fat test? Let's find out. And then we gotta have a talk. Here's the test seat. I have a feeling this seat is wet a lot because it's right by Congo. Let's see what it looks like. There's only one strap on here. I will ask and see if there's a larger seat available, but I doubt it if they didn't put it out here. It's gonna matter because unfortunately, not fitting in the seat. Wide hips. Kumba fat test. Hey, for some reason there are larger seats on there that are not out here for the test seat. I don't know what you're doing, Busch Gardens, but let's fix that. And I'm gonna have to go rent a locker for this, so please make sure to watch this video all the way through, like and subscribe, because there's more cost. It's gonna cost me $3 for the first 2 hours. Rent single-use locker for this location only, I guess. So, wait, hold on. Move my locker. 3018, all right, and it expires at 4/28. Well, at least I get to show you guys the locker doing this. I'm not gonna show you my code. So that's how big the lockers are, at least this size. And will a lounge fly? Oh, looks like that's good to know. Lounge fly will fit in. Back to the line. There's no line. Gotta do 4 and 5. These are supposed to be the ones for larger folks. I don't know how much larger they are. Yep, that still don't fit in the seat. So I just rented a locker. It is larger, but still not big enough for me. That gives you an idea. So I am going to criticize Busch Gardens here because that's something that's easy to fix. Put the larger seat out front. You know the larger folks are going to need to know if they can fit in it. And then you got the lockers out there. Put your bag in a locker. So you got to rent the locker to pay $3 to ride the ride. And you can't even ride the ride if you're a plus size person. So you guys know I'm fairly understanding, but this is something really simple and stupid that Busch Gardens could fix. By the way, this is why I don't get on media lists, so please like, subscribe, follow along, because they ain't getting me anywhere. On the Fat Test Ubanga Bunga bumper cars here at Busch Gardens Tampa. To be 42 inches tall to ride. We have this thing for some reason. Oh, sorry. All right. Here's this.
Welcome to the Ubanga Banga bumper cars. For your safety, please put
Down
your
there.
lap bars down to your waist and secure all loose articles, such as hats, cameras, and glasses. All cars must travel in a one-way direction, as posted on all four walls. Please
There we go.
head on to
This does not have to go all the way down, as you can see. Pretty high, but we made it. So the bumper cars passed the fat test. Old boats. This is really the only place you see these things. These are old school. I was trying to say fat testing the Carousel at Busch Gardens Tampa before I was so rudely interrupted. We'll go with this beautiful horse here. We're up here. We made it. Belts on this thing, so just you don't have to buckle up, which is good. That means you can, as long as you can get up here, you should be good to go. Here we go. This weird thing is there's no music on this carousel, which I think is a big part of a carousel. That's interesting. Sand Serpent is gone, and Phoenix Rising is coming next year. I'm charging my phone right now, so I've got a very long cord going into my bag on the ground. So it's pulling on it. It's kind of funny. Carousel so much. If you can't get on it at the very highest, you might want to avoid getting on one of the horses because you never know where you're going to stop at. Oh, as I say, as I stop at the highest point. Get on the inside horse, you can use the ones on your other sides to help you get down. And Carousel passes the fat test. Ton of games over here. If you want to win Sonic the Hedgehog, this is the place to do it. Or Pokemon. Scorpion at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. Let's show what it looks like. Scorpion is a steel roller coaster, and it is now the oldest roller coaster in Busch Gardens. It was originally the second one ever built in 1980. Originally, it was part of the Timbuktu area, and now it is part of Pantopia. The roller coaster's maximum height is 60.7 feet high, a maximum speed of 41 miles per hour, and the track length is 1,817.6 feet. It's a fairly short roller coaster, not as short as Tron at Magic Kingdom, but it only lasts about 1 minute and 30 seconds. There is a single inversion. G-forces get to about 3.5, and the height restriction is only 48 inches high. This ride did not have a test seat out front for me to try, and it is, I believe, is the only roller coaster that did not have one. I'm about 50-50 on that being a good sign on fitting or not. The question is, will this old school roller coaster pass the fat test? Let's find out. again, I'm gonna have to buy a locker because I can't take my bag on there. I should have just bought the all-day one. I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna recommend that to you. So let's see how much that is. I misunderstood how this is. It's $10 all day long, but you have to move it every 2 hours. All right. So this side is, it's kind of tight there, so it's actually the tightest line I've been through, just so you know. So last time I was here, it actually got rained out right when I was getting on this ride. I tried the back seat because apparently it has just a little bit more room. I did, they told me I fit, but we didn't get to make the ride yet, so I'm not sure. I'm ready for the back row. Individual seats, but there's nothing in between them, and 2 bars, and they do have the ones that come down over your legs. Both of your legs have to fit up under them.
And seat, please pull your lap bar down to your waist. And if you are riding by yourself, pull the lap bar down. Also secure all loose articles, such as hats and glasses. During your ride, please keep your hands, arms,
just goes down as far as you need, it looks like.
inside the
We'll see what happens.
Now,
Oh, looks like we're good. Finally got a roller coaster, and this one goes upside down. Back in a second. We found a roller coaster that passes the fat test at Busch Gardens. That's great. It's about, I think this is actually one of their older coasters, but this was 90 seconds long, so it's a very short coaster, kind of, might be longer than Tron. But anyway, it's fun, and we finally found one to fit. It is rough on the legs, especially I was sitting on the right side, so when I was turning, my right leg kind of was taking the brunt of it. But I'm sorry, I was sitting on the left side, and my right leg was taking the brunt of it. But it was enjoyable. The fat test Falcon's Fury here at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. Let's take a look at how it goes. Falcon's Fury is a freestanding sky jump drop tower located at the Pantopia area of Busch Gardens. It rises up to 335 feet before dropping you at 60 miles per hour. But the interesting thing is what it does is it pulls you in so that you are facing, you start out sitting like a normal jump tower, but then it pulls you back so that you're facing downward and looking almost straight down as it drops you for 5 seconds of free fall. And then it swings you back out at the end. It is currently the tallest freestanding drop tower in North America. The theming behind it is there was a falcon dropping in at high speeds to capture its prey. This ride will soon reach its 10-year anniversary as it opened on September 2nd of 2014. You have to be between 54 and 77 inches to ride it. As you can see here, it's now pulling you back, so you're facing straight downward. It's a 2-minute ride, but most of that is going up because the descent down, it's a lot faster. Would you fall for Falcon's Fury? And more importantly, will it pass the fat test? Let's find out. Test seat.
I got you.
All right. So thank you to to the team member that's sorry, used to something else. So we're gonna pull this. Does this go up or yes? They have to see this yellow part right here. So they should be able to do that there. All right. I fit in the seat. This is always fun. All right. Oh no. Looks like we're gonna be a little ways off. Got about 3 inches there. So, all right. Good to know. There's no extension belts or anything on this one. And this is the only size seat they have. So unfortunately, Falcon's Fury fails the fat test. On to the next one. They're up there. Oh, that's cool. Oh, they're facing straight down. That's interesting. I've never seen that on a drop ride. All right. Is it one or is it multiple? Oh. Whoa! And they swing out. That is frightening. But it looks like it's just the one. Back to Serengeti Flyer, which is the newest ride here at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. Look at the ride. The Serengeti Flyer is the newest ride at Busch Gardens Tampa as the point of this recording. It is a scream and swing style ride. The minimum height requirement is 48 inches tall, and it goes up to 135 feet in the air. This is also similar to the rides you see at other parks, such as Tidal Wave at SeaWorld San Antonio. The big difference here is the location. As you can see, it is over the Serengeti at Busch Gardens, which means you are getting a gorgeous view when you go backwards, if you can focus on it at all, of the landscape and sometimes the animals here. This is the tallest and fastest version of this ride on the planet as of now. There are dueling arms on this. As one goes forward, the other goes back. They're not always both operating. It depends on how busy the park is going to be. The Serengeti Flyer replaced Rhino Rally, which was supposedly a safari-style ride where you ended up going on a search for a lost driver. That ride opened in 2001 and closed in 2014. But the ultimate question is, will this new ride pass the fat test? Let's find out. Here is the test seat, larger guest. Make sure to try this. So this one comes over the side for you. Comes over your belly, and look at that. I hate these things so much. I had to really squeeze to get my legs in there, but unfortunately, because of the way my belly goes, especially in this, that is way off. Good ways off here, obviously. Yeah. So unfortunately, Serengeti Flyer fails the fat test. Goodness. Cleaning his paws. Oh, porcupine. What I've done, I've been trying to get all this done because I'm also filming the Christmas episode that I published earlier up today. So I have not eaten, and I don't even think I've had a drink, and that's really bad. So make sure to take a break. Giraffes out on the safari. Theming over here in the Egypt section. Just reminds me of the angry rooster on Family Guy. That's just Montu here at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. Montu is an inverted roller coaster, and when it opened in 1996, it was the tallest and fastest inverted roller coaster in the entire world. It's since lost that title to Alpingist, I have no idea how to actually pronounce that, but over at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. It is a steel roller coaster and goes up to 150 feet, has a 128-foot drop, and is just under 4,000 feet long of track. The top speed is 60 miles per hour and has 7 inversions lasting just around 3 minutes. Your max vertical angle is about 50 degrees, right? Montu was the featured expansion for the park's Egypt expansion, which was the largest and most ambitious in the park's history. The ride has 2 vertical loops, one measuring at 104 feet and the other at 60 feet, and then a 90-foot Immelman loop, a zero-G roll, a batwing, and a corkscrew. It's tied for the most inversions on an inverted coaster, tied with the Banshee at Kings Island. When the ride originally launched, it had an animal exhibit of Nile crocodiles underneath it. Upon its launch in 1998, it was ranked number 3 from Golden Ticket Awards for top steel roller coasters. It actually raised to number 2 in 1999, and then moved down to about 29 in 2022. The height restrictions are 54 inches, and this actually can hold up to 1,700 riders per hour. But will it hold plus-size riders? Let's find out. The test seat. Side note, love the trash can. The test seat, you can see it's got 2 straps, which means this should be the plus-size one. Guests with 52 inches, guests with chest dimensions of 52 inches or greater may not be able to fit. All right, I actually have no idea what my chest dimensions are. I should find out. You keep talking about chest dimensions. It's this. It's all this. That's the problem. I can't get in the seat. Montu fails the fat test. Fat test Cobra's curse here at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. But first, let's take a look what it looks like. Cobra's curse is a spinning steel track roller coaster that replaced King Tut's tomb, which was a walkthrough attraction that closed in 2015. The story is themed after a mythical Egyptian ruler, the Snake King Venomous, and his curse upon his lost kingdom. When you exit the elevator-style lift, you'll actually see an 80-foot statue of King Venomous as his snake form. The track itself is 2,100 feet and reaches a height of 70 feet and maximum speed of 40 miles per hour, so a fairly slow roller coaster, especially for something so new. A lot of the thrills in this roller coaster are due to the spinning aspects of it. It's also meant for smaller riders, as the height restriction is only 42 inches. There are also no inversions, and this is a good view of King Venomous right there. According to the storyline, King Venomous was an ancient Egyptian ruler that was praised by his subjects, but he became corrupt with power. The subjects turned against the king and destroyed his statue from which he gained his powers. In the aftermath, the king placed a curse on the subjects. And today, the group Viper International Survey and Excavation, VICE, has rebuilt the statue here at Busch Gardens in the Egyptian area. Do you think you can survive the curse? In the queue area, you'll go through living quarters for the dig team of this ancient area. And then you'll come into an area learning where you'll actually see and find 4 different snakes. When the ride originally opened, some animal activists were concerned due to all of the vibrations that were going to be caused by the roller coaster and the sensitive nature of reptiles to that. Busch Gardens responded and put in place the measures to make sure the vibrations were held to an extreme minimum for the reptiles in the enclosure. With the statue at 80 feet high and the roller coaster track at 70 feet high, the statue is actually quite a bit higher, about 10 feet higher than the roller coaster itself. So what do you think? Do you think the Cobra's curse will pass the fat test? Let's find out. Here is the test seat, pretty basic seat. Looks very similar to, what is that one at SeaWorld San Antonio, Texas Stingray. The seat is wide enough. Now let's see. Nope, tried to get my belly up over it. Not gonna work. Fortunately, when it comes to fat testing, Cobra's curse is cursed. Fat test Cheetah Hunt here at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. Let's check it out. Cheetah Hunt is a steel launch coaster that opened at Busch Gardens in 2011. It also opened with a cheetah exhibit called the Cheetah Run. It was manufactured by Intamin and was in collaboration with Mark Rose. There are 3 separate launches and a single inversion. It reaches a height of 102 feet with a maximum speed of 60 miles per hour, and the full track length is 4,429 feet. At a G-force of 4, it has one of the highest, or if the highest, in the park. The first launch takes you to 30 miles per hour in 1.8 seconds. The second launch takes you to 60 miles per hour in 2.4 seconds. And then the third launch takes you back to 40 miles per hour in 2.1 seconds. Originally, the roller coaster was going to be named Cheetah, but did ultimately change to Cheetah Hunt. In 2011, it was given the best new ride, second place for best new ride. As of 2021, it was ranked number 41 for top steel roller coasters. The Cheetah Run aspect of the ride for the exhibition replaced the Budweiser Clydesdale interaction area. But the real question, as always, is, will it pass the fat test? Let's find out. The test seat for Cheetah Hunt. This one's a little different. So this is all, it just comes down over you. The light has turned green, but once it's down, you actually have to press that green button to raise it. I don't know why they have it like that, but that's how they have it. And then you have to buckle it down there. The seat, kind of. It's a little tight, but I do fit in the seat. How far it is. We've got quite a ways to go for that one. Definitely not fitting on that one. So anyway, Cheetah Hunt, unfortunately, fails the fat test. They're little gleamers. Got some hippos. Oh, crocodile. He's a big one. Test the Serengeti Express. Those are very hard to get through, extremely hard to get through. They are just long bench seats. You should be perfectly fine. Enjoyed that walkthrough. If you're interested in a checklist, check the links below. You can either join my Patreon and get all of them, or you can check the link just for this one. See you in the next video.